Hey, 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 welcome back to Dance Colleges and Careers. I'm your host, Brittany Oltmeyer, and today we are talking about private dance mentors. Okay, so this has come up because recently, this week, I saw this post on Facebook that said, hey, somebody's reached out to my 11-year-old and they're messaging my child on Instagram saying how good of a dancer that I am and that they want to be my dance mentor or something like that. And it got a lot of flack on the post. Now, I don't know the intentions this person had. And I do think it's weird. I wanted to talk about it because these dance mentors really are a pretty new or just becoming more common or more popular since COVID. And I think people want to do it, but also creeped out at the same time. So let's talk about how to get your child a dance mentor without it being inappropriate or creepy, because it really shouldn't be. This is like, I so wish that I could have had a dance mentor when I was in competitive dance. And here's why. It's our whole lives. As competitive dancers, that is 100% our whole life. Everything we wear says dance on it. Everything we eat is about dance. Everything we do, all of our hobbies are with our dance friends at the dance studio. Like, I know those shirts say eat, sleep, breathe, dance, but it's true. It is so true. And that's amazing. I'm so fortunate to have had that growing up. And the thing is, there's so much, like, all of my money went into it, right? Not my money, my mom's money, but all of our money also went into this. So with this dance lifestyle, everything we're doing is about dance. It only makes sense to put in a little bit more financially to get the one-on-one attention, because we already are doing that. Yeah, we already know that we're supposed to go to workshops to learn from other teachers. We already do solos because that helps you grow as an individual, and just performing by yourself, putting yourself out there helps you, get over that fear and teaches you a lot of things. So why do we have this negative connotation with having a dance mentor? Okay, I gotta say, yes, if you are just reaching out, texting teenagers, yeah, that's weird. It's weird. It's weird. That's not the right way to go about it, just texting kids. So if your child is just getting messages from random people that you don't know, yeah, that is weird. But what if you went to a workshop and then now you're hearing from the teacher, because you probably tagged them in a post, okay? And now they're being polite by saying, wow, you did such a great job. Yay, good job. Because nowadays, that's just polite. That's what we do to respond. It's not even so much like, well, that's a child, so I'm not going to respond to that. It would, as an adult, it would be rude not to respond. Like, you don't want to crush the child's dreams, right? There is a point of inappropriateness, obviously, but the point of a dance mentor is it's like having a personal trainer. Okay, so we're already told to diversify our training, right? We know that we will get better as dancers if well, first of all, we work really hard in our studio. Number one, yes, we have that family, we have that loyalty. That is number one. Without that, you'd be struggling. So everything I'm talking about in this podcast is knowing that you already have that. You are already taking privates with that teacher, which is amazing, awesome. That's what you should be doing because they know you the best. But then we're also supposed to go to workshops and learn from other teachers. But then what if you could get some of that personal one-on-one attention from these workshop teachers who do have a different perspective from your teacher and oversee so many children from different backgrounds and different studios and can often see the bigger picture. I'm not saying you don't take your privates with your teacher. Those are first. You take those. This is for the people looking for the next thing, that next bonus. Maybe you want a dance mentor. Then you have to shop it out. Okay? It's the same thing as getting a voice teacher. You don't just go and start working with anybody down the block. It has to be a good fit. It has to be a good fit for the parent, and it has to be a good fit for the child. And then it also needs to work within your realm at your dance studio as well. Because if those two are clashing, it's not going to work out. And then it's going to be confusing and conflicting for your child. A lot of times, like as teachers, we get territorial, but you should be able to have one-on-one guidance for your child. It's more expensive. Yeah, that's not like a $20 session. It's going to be a lot more expensive, obviously. If you're working with an expert in the field, plus you're getting one-on-one attention or maybe group attention, where it's not just about that, but you're probably building a whole nother community. So right now you have this community at your home studio. Amazing. They're your family for life. Even if you get in fights with them, yeah, they're still your family for life. But if you work with a dance mentor, they are going to now give you this community. Your community of dancers now has expanded to all these other dancers as well, from probably across the country or even across the globe. That's where you can start to find other students like you who you can learn from, who you can improve with faster, rather than staying in your own little bubble and refusing to get that extra mentorship, that extra teaching, because you're so afraid of making your dance teacher upset. Here's the thing. You represent your studio. So if you do all your lessons with your dance studio owner, and then you're getting this extra work to help you see the bigger picture, you are going to start scoring higher. You're going to then represent your studio better, which makes your studio owner look good. If you're worried about that, everybody's different and everybody has different levels of maturity, okay? But you should be able to get personal one-on-one attention. And just how amazing could that be? Now, here's something with that. Not all programs are the same. This is like a mentorship, a coaching program that has kind of evolved out of COVID, and everybody's still evolving to make their program to be the best, trying to learn how we can make an impact with dancers, not directly in front of you, how you can work with someone virtually to be able to expand your knowledge, expand your network, and expand your opportunities. And that's what us as dance mentors are continuously trying to improve upon and grow on. It's constantly evolving because it's not dancing on Zoom. That's totally different. That has its place as well, extra dance classes virtually. I know that it's not, yay, we want to do that all the time, or like during, that time we didn't want to be in front of the screen during all that. But it does present an extra opportunity for you. If, let's say, you are really looking to improve picking up choreography, that is a great opportunity to follow somebody else and try to pick up their movement, try to pick up their style. It is difficult because you never get any personal feedback. Maybe your space is weird, but you know what? The opportunity is still there. It's what you do with it that whether it's going to work for you or not. All right. But that's not one-on-one dance mentor training. That's extra classes, learning from another teacher, but in an environment that's not our dance studio. So it has its pluses and minuses, right? That's something that I wouldn't pay a lot for. I would do it like, oh, okay, it's a decent enough price. I'll take this. Or if you really want to build a connection with that teacher, that's another great way to do it. Or if you're going to be going to an audition that they'll be running, that is 100% when you should be doing that. Especially like kids who want to go to college. If there's a teacher out there who runs a college audition that you want to get into, or maybe you want to get into the dance team program or something like that, if they have those online virtual classes, you snatch up those opportunities, because every time they see you coming through, and whether you're just watching a YouTube video of them or if it is like on Zoom and you can see each other. But even then, when you're teaching, it's really hard to see what's happening on the other side of the camera, right? Or at least the whole time with all the students. But that's when you can be smart. And even if you're just following them on YouTube, Follow on YouTube, watch, comment on it, and say, wow, I really love this class. And unless there's somebody who has like 10 million followers, they're probably going to respond. And it's definitely a little ego boost, right? Like, ooh, someone actually took this class with me on YouTube. Oh, somebody's appreciating what I'm doing. So that goes a long ways. So that is a great opportunity to do that. So back to if you should have a dance mentor or not, I say, I wish I did. I wish I did. And now you have this opportunity that more and more people are coming out with this. So the great thing is you just have to find someone who you vibe with, who makes you feel good. Maybe somebody you can like look up to or who you'd like to emulate in your future. Like what do they have that you want to learn about? That's a great person to try to work with. And let's say they don't have a coaching program. You could ask them. Yeah, you can always ask, like, I absolutely loved your class. I love learning from you. I think I would love to learn more about this concept that you talk about. Do you have any opportunities that I can learn from you? Do you have an online course? Do you have these videos? Do you have a mentorship? Because if you can get on one of those one-on-one mentorships or even a small group coaching mentorship, oh my gosh, your maturity level for what you're working on is going to soar. Your teacher is going to be happier. I promise. Your teacher is going to be so happy because now you are stronger. You're better. You're bringing your enhanced knowledge back to the studio. And now you're going to bring up others around you. Okay. So let's say you are ready for you have some dance mentors you maybe want to work with. How do you choose the right one? Well, you have to interview them as much as they're interviewing you. You have to see what's going to fit, what type of vision they might have for you. Don't just take a good sales pitch, but feel out the personality and see if their values align with yours and see if it's going to be a good fit. Remember, getting a dance mentor is just like getting a personal trainer. How many of us want personal trainers to like parents? I'm talking to parents now. Do you have a personal trainer? Or if not, do you wish you had a personal trainer saying, okay, I want to see you gain more strength in your arms. So we are going to work on this exact arm thing. And this many times a week, this many times like that. So if your child could have access to that, who's also has their eyes overseeing dance competitions and are working dance competitions, then your child has an advantage. I saw something where it said, you will not get ahead by working with professionals. Okay, you're not going to get ahead by working with them, but you will learn from their mistakes, from their journey, and they are going to often present you with opportunities of what wouldn't have existed if you didn't work with that person. So you definitely have to be smart and careful about who you're working with. Obviously, don't work with a creep. But that's just got to be your best judgment. But here's the difference. Creeps are people messaging on Instagram and commenting, and that's where it ends. Business owners, dance mentors, coaches are business people. Okay, they're not creeps. So if you are getting a creep vibe, don't work with that person. Seek out somebody who actually does this for a living, who is actually working with kids to become their best selves, so my niche, what I work on kids with is I help them improve their stage presence. I'm a really good actor when I'm dancing, and I always have I've always really excelled with personality, and I was like the class clown in college. And so people would come to me for the comedic role or to work out some, facial expression problems. So if that is your child, if you're looking for stage presence, then I would be the type of person you might want to work with. But if you are working on like something specific in hip hop or improving your hip hop, then that would be, obviously there are better coaches for you having to work on that. I hope this gives you a little bit of insight on dance mentors, what they are they legit? Where can you find one? Well, where can you find one? Honestly, on Google. Google it, websites. So just Google it, look for them, and then look at to see if it's a good fit for you. I feel like they haven't been getting their credit because it is a lot of people who are trying to get started in it and don't really know what to do yet or how to do it. So they just message and reach out. And yeah, that's creepy. I get it. But it actually is pretty amazing as a child, as a young dancer who already puts all of your time, money, energy into it, who also maybe wants to do it for your future. Why not invest in someone who can help get you there a little bit faster, or who can help you see the big picture so that mom and dad, you can alleviate your stress and know that you're doing the best thing for your child at the right time and you're not getting left in the dust. Because it's competitive. It is really competitive, and the competition changes city by city, state by state. I grew up in a small town, and so when I went to college, I was feeling good. I won all sorts of stuff. So when I was home, I was a big fish in a little pond. So it was quite a shock when I went to college and had to make that adjustment. And I wish I could have known that sooner. I wish I could have had a little humbling experience before I went to college. And then I would have been able to grow more initially rather than that shell shock and then having to make adjustments and find my own place in this completely new environment and mindset. Thanks for listening to Dance Colleges and Careers. This is our episode about dance mentorships. If you have any questions, there is a button in the show notes. Just go there and select the thing that says send Brittany a message, and I would be happy to hear from you. Maybe we can even talk about it on next week's episode. You have a wonderful day and keep on dancing.